Yeah, so, thanks for sitting down and doing this. I know you're a busy guy.
No problem.
What kind of drew you to signing here? I think that's a good place to start. There's obviously a lot of teams out there. You have been on the Chiefs for 4 years? 4 years?
That's my fourth one.
So what about New Orleans was attractive to you as you kind of went through this?
Well, honestly, the main thing was the opportunity that was presented. I knew how they were contacting my agents. It was like, oh, this is a little different, and it was like the mutual interest. I feel like is what really, there was no haggling. There was no oh, well, somebody else said this. It was like, no, they came and were like, okay, we want them here. This is what we want to give them. And then my agent's like, oh, do the whole agent thing. Let's shop around and see what we find. And they went around, and then the Saints came back like, all right, what'd you find? We want them, you know what I mean? So once they told me that, I was like, all right, well, we don't even got to shop around no more. Because that, obviously you can look for a higher dollar amount, you can look for a higher contract, but that just want, that desire that they have for me and, how they got plans for me and stuff like that, man, that's just, I'm a humble guy, and stuff like that I take into account. I take to heart. So, man, how they were contacting my agents and telling me about the future and just their plans for me and stuff like that. It was an easy decision.
I saw when the news came out, obviously, Patrick Mahomes tweets out that he's going to miss you, especially those locker room basketball games. I don't know if you've gotten obviously the full tour yet, but the locker room here, you're not going to have to worry. There's definitely the net set up. They were actually building one during the season this past year.
They must have knew I was coming.
Absolutely. So, just how do you think it's going to be integrating into a new locker room after your first 4 years in Kansas City?
Man, listen, that's my specialty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I get in the locker rooms and I just mesh them together. That's just what I do. You can ask Tyron and to know. And Dan. I keep forgetting Dan. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm a naturally just goofy. Just kicking it, chilling. I'm not too serious all the time. I know when to be serious, but I say that's my specialty because I like to be friends with people. I don't like the feeling of, somebody not liking me or somebody having an issue with me because that's just not, why be that way? I don't want to take years off my life being stressed about something. So I just, that's the type of person I am, man. I just like to involve everybody, man. I was that kid who, the big football player, star in high school that was friends with all the little tech guys and all, because that's just me. You know what I mean? I just like to unify people, and I like to my main thing is treat people how you want to be treated. And that's one thing that I feel like all my past teammates will tell you, anybody, I don't care if you're fourth string, I don't care if you're first string, I don't care if you're All-American. I'm gonna treat you like a homie. I'm gonna treat you like we cool, and I'm gonna treat the guy who put the cards up like we cool, and I'm gonna treat the equipment side. I'm gonna treat you. You know what I'm saying? I treat everybody the same way, and y'all gonna learn that over my next few years here. Is that's the type of person I am, man. I just spread love and receive it, man.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anyone who's been on the Chiefs for the last 4 years, I feel like it's an organization where you expect to win. You play winning football, and you know that in the end, your expectations are Super Bowl, right? Yeah. And I am just curious, as you kind of go to a new organization, what would you say are some of the facets of that? What type of winning football, if you had to give examples of things that you've experienced where this is a winning organization. What would that be, and what could you kind of bring to this locker room?
Absolutely. First of all, just consistency and the weekly regimen. You know what I mean? One thing about Coach Reed is he's gonna do and say the same stuff on Wednesdays. He's saying the same thing, and I'm not saying the same general message. I'm saying the same words, the same phrase at the end of the meeting. But that's a little overboard. But you know what I mean? Consistency, one, and then just kind of, I feel like knowing your work days and knowing your workload, because obviously you can't just sit here and be like, we're gonna work 5 days out the week and play Sunday and then be off, and then no, it's not like that. So you got to really think, okay, what prepares us, what does us the best, and I feel like he had a really good system as far as just getting the best out of players, knowing we'll have the days where we just hone in on the scheme. hone in on, whatever whoever we're playing that week, whatever their strengths is, we literally like plaster it on the doors and stuff like that. So we know everywhere we walk, we see it and stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like just having that set routine and having that kind of, because he's like kind of superstitious about it, and that's what kind of but that, like you asked, what factors contribute to it. That kind of was one of those things, like his superstition and just like want to have everything by the book, laid out. And I think this man wore the same shoes and you know what I mean, a little coaching thing and all, same outfit every day.
I was gonna ask, is that like, do you have any good examples of superstitions?
Man, every game he got the what they call Air Force Ones, and he mark out the I in there so it say AR for Andy Reid. Y'all ain't know that. No, and then he got that, and then he got the like I said, like on the meetings, like so on the Wednesday or Thursday meeting, those are like were our bulk days. And at the end of every Wednesday, Thursday meeting, we meet as a team, and then we split up offense and defense. And he will say, like, at the end of every meeting, he'll be like, offense stay, defense leave, and offense, if you need to pee, knock it out. That phrase was at the end of for 4 years, at the end of every Wednesday and Thursday meeting I've ever sat in. Okay. So, like, that's an example, like, he's not, or another example, like, travel. We will never get anywhere before 4:30 or no, before 4 or after 4:30. Like 4 to 4:30, we're arriving. It don't matter. It don't matter where we're going. It don't matter who we're playing.
So it could be a cross country flight.
It can be a cross country. We gonna get there. We gonna leave 14 hours before 4 o'clock. Like he just don't like. That's his type of duty. Is like he wants because he don't want no like variations or nothing like that. Like what I mean. That's another thing I learned. Like my rookie year during the Super Bowl. Guys are out there. The 49ers. Their curfew all the way until like Friday was like 1 in the morning. Okay. Coach Reeves like, nah, we 11 every night, just like we normally are. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stuff like that. He just, he kind of sticks with, and I feel like that kind of contributes because it's like when you come into camp and you come into whatever, like what's going to happen. Unless you're a rookie, you don't know. But like every year after my rookie year, I knew exactly what to expect.
Right, and if you're a rookie, you're gonna learn.
Exactly, and if you're a rookie, you gonna force-fed learn. Yeah. It was always he was always locked in that way.
Khalen, definitely appreciate the time. Congrats on another Super Bowl, and look forward to talking to you more.
Absolutely.
One more question before you go. Okay. Can you still do backflips?
You know I can. You know it. I told him I was gonna hold it down until contract year.